all, thank you, Matt. I'm so happy to have you here. Rolling Stone Brasil, we're so happy to have you here. It's a new stage of your life. It's a new phase, and we're so happy to talk to you right now.
Thank you. Thanks. It's an honor to be here with you.
Let's start with the reason of our conversation. I'm sorry. Yeah, that it's your new album. We really wanted to know, how long were you preparing this new album? How was the last years for you?
I guess it's been 5 years since I put out an album, and in that 5-year period, between now and pre-COVID, I met my wife. I had 2 babies. You know, I made this album at home. I got to spend like an incredible amount of time with my teenage boys, my older boys. And I don't know, it's been a whole new phase of my life, a real like new chapter.
I really wanted you to know that when I heard this new album, I felt something warm, something cute, something, you know, it brings me peace. Really brings me peace. How do you want it to make people feel listening to your new songs?
I really wanted to make people, you know, I guess I like to make people kind of like come into the song, really become encompassed by it, and really relate to the emotion of it and the melodies and the lyrics, you know. And that's the idea behind the songs, is that really brings people into a special place, even if it's just for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, or if you're listening to the whole album from the beginning to the end. You know, that's one of the advantages of having an album that's produced by one group of people rather than piecing an album together with different producers, which was kind of what I was doing before COVID. And when COVID hit, no one would wanted to work anymore, except for my friends here from Salt Cathedral. They're Colombian born, Brooklyn-based group, a guy and a girl. And the 3 of us got together and found the real magic together. And so, you know, the album, like you said, you know, it feels cute and it feels fun. And I think that I went through a certain like period of my life in the last couple albums, and I really got the ability to learn how to express like some of the darker feelings and some of the struggles, as opposed to just like one day and sunshine and feel good music. And I came out like on the other side of that, and even though it's a crazy time that we're all living through, I found like a certain happiness and like peace.
Yes, I think there is happiness and sadness, and it's a mix of emotions. So it's incredible. Yeah. And why, after 6 albums, why did you choose to call this one Matisyahu?
Well, there's a few reasons, but it all kind of circulates around the same idea. And because you mentioned the numbers, I'll jump into numbers, because in the Hebrew tradition, 7 is the Sabbath, like the day of rest. And so 6 days is like work, and then the 7th day is like a day of God, a divine day. Yeah. So I think for me, like these past 6 albums leading up to this album was like my working for 20 years, like on the road. And then COVID came and I had to stay home. And this album was made at home, like in a period of rest. So that kind of ties into the idea of the numbers. But in this album, I feel like it comes back like a full cycle.
In the last 2 years, we've heard so much about self-knowledge, self-care, self-love. Those new songs makes me think about self-knowledge, think about myself, my feelings. And I really wanted to know, when did this subject, self-knowledge, self-care, became important to you?
I think it was always important to me from a young age. And I think that the reason is my parents really kind of like instilled that in me. They kind of made it like very important that I was aware and self-aware. And as I was going through things as a kid, they wanted me to understand like where it was coming from. So that started me on a path of like being in therapy from a young age. And once you're in therapy, you know, there's good therapists, there's bad therapists, there's mediocre therapists. But, you know, it's just like school. Like you go to school, you know, you have like how many teachers, like 20, 30, 40 teachers. but there's going to be a few of them that you're going to remember that actually, hopefully, inspired you. And I think with my parents, they're both social workers. So I was like going to therapy from a young age. And so, I basically was like, I found a couple of really great special people that helped me really like dig deep on myself.
It's incredible when you realize you have self growth, and you have God, and you have your music, and you're complete in all of this.
I've been completely like honest in my music. In whatever stage that I'm in, I put it there, and I don't try to pretend that I'm the Matisyahu of 2005, and I don't try to be the Matisyahu of 2040. You know what I mean? I am who I am right now, and to me, that's what like the best part of making music is that I'm able to to just be myself in it.